Don't normally do reviews and unboxes on this channel until now. We have purchased ourselves the Blue Yeti microphone for our podcast, so I thought I'd do a bit of an unboxing of it. It's the ultimate professional USB microphone, that's what it says on the box. The Yeti is one of the most advanced and versatile multi-pattern USB microphones available anywhere, combined in 3 capsules and 4 different pattern settings. The Yeti is the ultimate tool for creating amazing recordings directly to your computer, delivering expectational sound and performance. The Yeti can capture anything with clarity and ease unheard of in a USB microphone. I'm just reading that from there. These are the 4 settings it does. It does stereo, where it picks up the left, right, the front, but blocks out the back as best as it can, which is perfect for vocals and instruments. We got cardioid, which is the perfect setting for podcast. If you're doing a podcast on your own, it just picks up the front, which is perfect for podcast, voiceovers, vocals and instruments. We have omnidirectional, which basically picks up everything. It picks up everything surrounding, which is perfect for conference calls and field recordings. We have bi-directional, which is the one we use because there's 2 of us on the podcast, where it basically splits the microphone in half, and it's got 2 microphones in one, which is perfect for interviews, dual vocal duets, and that's the setting at the moment we are using, but you can play with it as much as you want. We got this in vintage white. If you go on Amazon to purchase these, always check the different colours, because the colours that ain't selling will be cheaper. These range from £120 on Amazon to this one we got for $76.99 even, just by getting a different colour that ain't as popular, but it's exactly the same microphone. So let's have a look at this bad boy Blue Yeti microphone that has been around for a few years, but it's still rated one of the best microphones around. So let's see what we get in here. Open up this little box. We have been using this, of course we have. We ripped into the box as soon as it turned up, but this is how it will come. You'll get quite a long USB cable. It's a mini USB that plugs into the microphone, and the USB bit straight into your computer. No software to download. You get a user manual that I've only flicked through, but you get a user manual. It's going to basically tell you everything you need to know about the different patterns, how to set it up with your different Windows or Mac. There's your 4 settings again, and it's just going to tell you what stereo is going to do, what cardioid is going to do, what omnidirectional is going to do, and what bi-directional is going to do, and it's just going to give you some specifications and some help and some guide. We don't really need that anymore. And then the box is going to be like this, and there she is. Look at that. Like I say, this comes in a range of colours. There's probably about 4 or 5 colours. But if you're on a bit of a budget and you don't really care what colour you get, just have a flick around what colours, because some colours are going to be cheaper than others. So this is how it comes. This microphone, this folds down like this so you can protect it a bit when you're travelling. Let's try to move this camera up a bit. And when you want to put your microphone on, these loosen up, and this will spin up. This also comes off here, so if you've got a stand or anything, you can put it on a stand. And now we're going to have to... So what I've done here, I've just lowered it down just so we can see it. I've just moved the stand around the thing. This thing is heavy. It's about 1.5 kilos in total, the whole weight. You might need a pop filter, but it's up to you. On the microphone, on the front of the microphone, you've got a label. This is all metal. You've got a label, blue label. You've got your mute button, and you've got a volume button. That volume knob is for when you plug your headphone jack in, so you can listen to live feedback of your recordings. If there's 2 of you and you want 2 of them, just get a splitter, and both of you can listen to your recordings. This volume is just for that. That's where you plug USB in, and that's for a mount, so you can put it on a mount or anything like that. On the rear of the microphone, it is quite heavy. You've got your gain dial. You can up your gain all the way to there, and you can lower it. For best, obviously, sound, you want this as low as possible to make it more clear. But if you need to turn it up a bit, you can just turn this up. These are your 4 settings here where it says pattern. This is quite a stiff knob, so you know you're in your setting. It's reassuringly stiff. So you've got your 4 settings there. They've explained in the manual which they are. Bidirectional, cardioid, stereo, I think, no, that one's stereo, and that one's omnidirectional. There we go. So that's the microphone. This is the speaker here. Let's have a look at that speaker. Look at that. And then it is as simple to set up as literally getting it into your right position where you want it. Plug in your USB microphone in, your USB cable in there, the right way round. So now you've got that basically set up. You can plop that over there or wherever you want it. You're obviously going to need a PC, Mac, or anything. This is the that's obviously our podcast there. We was using before a microphone that was like this. It was literally that. We got it off eBay cheap. We started cheap. We've upped our game just a little bit. You're going to need some sort of source to plug it into, a laptop, etc. And you need a sound recording device. There's loads of free ones on the internet, or you can just use the ones that come built in on the computer. So now let's just tilt this round a bit. Oh, I've got a bloody password. So here we are. We're on the old laptop now. The microphone is flashing to show it's in mute mode. If it's flashing, it's in mute. Turn that off, it's not in mute. Open up a recording software. I'm just opening this one here. This is the one we use for our podcast because it's free. Got some projects that previously not been deleted. You'll say you've got your, and it's as simple as setting up where the microphone's coming from. Let's just move this around, look. Setting up the source. So we're going to have the source as the Blue Yeti, which is there, Yeti. And that's basically it. That's all you need to do. And then you press record, and it's recording from the microphone. So it's on mute. It's not on mute now. And now you can see the sound waves. It's recording from the microphone live as I talk. So that is now recording. That is recording. If you mute it, you'll see the line go solid because the microphone's muted. Unmute it, and away you go. You carry on speaking. Unmute it even, and you carry on speaking to your heart's content. You can change these patterns on the fly. And it's just like that. It's just changed the patterns on the fly. You can see the big jump in the sound when I've changed the thing. For a sound test, I'm not really going to do a sound test on this because we use it for the podcast. So episode 1 to 55 of our podcast is recorded on this. Episode 56 onwards is going to be recorded on this. So if you really do want to test it out, you can listen to our podcast, see if you can make a difference. But in vintage white, I know it was the cheapest option, but I think it looks nuts. Look at that, you've got like a goldish band here. This is all white. You've got a silver base. You've got a silver base down here. You've got a gold band on the bottom. It looks the nuts to me. If you ask me, it looks the absolute nuts. I like it. We are going to get a pop filter for that eventually. It just makes the sound a bit more crisper and takes out some, obviously, issues with pop noises. Let's just have another look at this. The Blue Yeti. I'm impressed. I mean, we're impressed with it. We've only recorded a couple of podcasts with it so far, but more to follow. Let's just see if we can get a little bit of this playing back. Let's stop that. Let's play that. So it's on mute. It's not on mute now. And now you can see the sound waves. It's recording from the microphone live as I talk. So that is now recording. That is recording. And that's where I've muted it. It's obviously going to pick up sounds where I've been moving it around the table and stuff. On this software, unmute it even, and you carry on speaking to your heart's content. You can change these patterns. You can use effects on this, and you can go in and you can remove bits of sound that you don't like background sounds and etc. like that. But there we go. That's a quick unboxing look at the Blue Yeti that has been around for a few years, I know, but it's still pretty much top of its game. Peace. If you fancy listening to our podcast, there'll be a link at the bottom. It's probably the best podcast you'll ever see in your life. So check it out.